the spirit of Mandela alive? And I think that's so important to me. This question is so important to me, the answer to this question. How do you keep his spirit alive through the work that you do?
You know, I think people love to be part of something big. And 67 blankets has become quite a giant.
Right.
And, you know, when we go for our Guinness World Records, or when we do an activation around the country, for instance, 2 or 3 years ago, we did our Local Blankets is Lekker campaign, where each region around the country, KwaZulu-Natal, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, Gqeberha, took ownership of a spectacular event. And I must tell you, I'm so proud of the work being done all around the country. And so I visited each region, and I was just gobsmacked by the talent in our country, because what we do is we also bring together, it's not just, you know, people making blankets, but on those special days we bring homegrown talent onto the stage. We'll have we have had the likes of Thabo Mbeki speaking, someone from the United Nations speaking. We've had 2 people from the United Nations speaking for us, Cheryl Carolyn, Judge Dikgang Moseneke. So powerful people, Bantu Holomisa, General Bantu Holomisa, who they are friends of mine and Doe's that have supported 67 blankets all along. Grassa Michelle coming along. So people like to hang or be photographed with, you know, PJ Powers.
I love her.
She's amazing.
Now that one stands out for me.
She supports us all the way. Timothy Malloy, Vota Kellerman, who's got 3 or 4 Grammy Awards now, the flautist. And so we bring all kinds of people together, from politicians, although I'm not, you know, political. I don't want any rallying at our events, and we never have that. You know, it's just friends that support, who happen to have a position in government. And they never push their agenda. It's always, you know, knitting our country together, knitting our lives together. That's the message. So I think people, how do you keep the spirit alive? By creating excitement. And I don't think I need to do it anymore, because it's being done all around, you know.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And getting the youth involved, that's so important.
It's to just drive it forward and to pave the way for our future generation to continue this initiative, because it is an initiative that needs to gain that attention and traction and momentum to continue, because it's a warm initiative.
I don't think it will ever stop. I really don't. It's just like it's exploding around us as we speak.
Absolutely. So I must say that you know, your inspiration and your devotion to all of this is something I resonate with. This is my 15th year in the industry, in an industry that's I interviewed over 1,000 people in the past, during the past 5 years, from every corner of South Africa, and we went over to America in 2023, where our content reached 33 states in America. So this has snowballed, and it obviously came from a place of passion, so I resonate. But what are your aspirations? I know what's my aspirations in terms of what we want for the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, or Women in Motoring South Africa, that have to work 10 times harder than our male counterpart. What are your aspirations and your future goals?
Okay, so there's always a call for wool. I mean, we get calls every day, we need wool. So people who've got the will, but not the wool. People in we've got the Alpha Day Ministries in Soweto, run by Pastor Maureen. You know, these are women that want to create blankets for people less fortunate.
Absolutely.
And so there's always that call. And I think one of the, it was amazing when we got a donation in 2015 of, what was it, 13 million rands worth of wool. Wow. It was just astounding. That's when we were able to get many of the prisons on board, and thousands of people around the country. And that's when at Drakenstein Correctional Center, we laid out the largest crochet blanket in the world, measuring, I think, 4 acres. And then immediately afterwards, the blankets get distributed through Stadtafit van lines and our ambassadors around the country to communities.
We still have
in need.
Stadtafit. We still have
Stadtafit van lines.
And Kismet, obviously.
Yeah,
right.
Kismet.
Yeah.
So our challenge is wool.
Okay.
You know, people wanting wool, and that's a challenge.
Right.
Laying out thousands of blankets for me is a dream.
Where do we find the sheep from?
A sheep farm. That's a good idea. Yeah. So going forward, I would love for companies to come on board and hold our hand and marry us.
Yes.
You know, and walk the journey, because it is exciting.
I love that.
Yeah.
Marry us, because with my initiative, sorry to interrupt, but Nedbank always says, and on my stage, like, MOT and Nedbank are married in community of property.
Oh, isn't that
We feel
amazing?
where our MC, who's also the head of my committee, who I will be meeting in an hour's time from now, she literally says it.
Yeah.
We are 7 years together, married in community of property.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's what we need.
So that's our thinking.
Yes.
Marrying, you know,
Yes.
holding hands, partnership, and I think it's 67 blankets is vibrant, it's colorful, it's warm, it's a sexy initiative for companies to partner with now.
Absolutely.
Because we're not going away.
Yeah.
We're going nowhere.
Yeah. I love that. You're definitely going nowhere.